Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network as we are live here from Kansas Motor Speedway. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday night. I understand that the voting process is going on still. Hopefully y'all were able to vote. Every vote counts. So we're gonna get on the way here with Little Kansas Motor Speedway action here. I will go over the race information here. So as you see here, we are in Kansas City. A mile and a half. Current track temperature is 72 degrees. 69 degrees outside, 55% humidity, clear skies, 4 mile per hour wind, 135 laps, which is not 146 miles. That is way off. It is 202 miles. They do not get 80% fuel. There you go. They do get 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 quick fix, 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered. Good to see everybody out there tonight. Come on out, chit chat with us. So he's up 99 to 27.
Good evening,
Hello.
Baron. I was waiting on you, and I got involved I was speaking my mind, like people wanted my opinion, so I spoke. We were just talking up there in the
Sure, you're
lounge area.
supposed to
So
be in here at 8:25.
yes, sir. My apologies, sir. Whatever.
You're right.
I don't get paid by the minute. I get paid by the half
No,
hour. I'm just kidding.
they should be under the lights if I set it up right. Hey, look at that. Dave Barry to top of the board.
I just wish my SDK page would load in properly.
And Troy Daggett will move up to 7th.
There we go. Dave Barry currently with a 30.49, and Jeff Gilmore right in second place currently with a 30.53. Brandon Moore with a 30.55. Matthew Hunsaker with a 30.56. Zachary Deuscher, 30.57. And there's a tie with Mark Berry with a 30.57 as well. Identical lap times there. And then they went away. I lost the lap times. Dave Barry grabs the pole here tonight. Jeff Gilmore in second. Brandon Moore third. Matthew Hunsaker fourth. Zachary Deuscher in fifth position. Mark Berry 6th, Troy Daggett 7th, Philip Bridgman 8th, Zach Rongich in 9th, Joshua Highball in 10th position, Chris Campbell in 11th, Ernest King in 12th position, Tyler Kim in 13th, Mike Slaughter in 14th position, Xavier Salgado, my apologies, Xavier, in 15th, Michael Allen will be here tonight driving that 28 numbered Chevrolet, that Team Alpha 1 truck. In 16th position, Josh Mall. In 17th position, Skyler Sigston, newly married man here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he hasn't been here for a while. He had his own wedding, Brian. So,
Yeah.
Joe Stipe, 19th. Pete Woodrum, 20th. J.D. O'Brien, 21st. Paul Lawson, 22nd. Anthony Lane, 23rd. Evan Amick in 24th. Alex Kerr, 25th. Justin Steves and Kevin Roy rounds out the final and shotgun row of the field in 26th and 27th positions, respectively.
Yes, sir. Yes, we got
Only 3 Toyotas in this field. The rest are Ford and Chevys.
oof. Outnumbered, eh?
Xavier, Justin, and no, 4. Justin, Xavier, Christopher Campbell's in a Toyota, and Troy Daggett. So we're not used to Chris being in a Toyota, Brian.
Now he normally bounces back and forth between
Yeah, I'm used to Ford.
between Ford and Yoder. Like I said, originally we were going to be off, but the admin said, you know what? Let's race. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, we can be off next week,
Yeah, okay.
or we could be off for Christmas. Thanksgiving comes before Christmas, really. Anyway, everybody forgets about that holiday.
Yes.
Trucks have rolled off to form the starting grid here.
Damn, he's up 105 to 27. Love to see it.
And if he gets the 270, it's over. It don't take 3 days to decide it.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Well,
He took Mississippi, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
Pace cars off to the safety on confines of pit road, rolling into the Geico start/restart zone, and green flag is out per Earl Barber. Yes, my apologies. Earl Bamber is the sports car driver. Earl Barber is the spotter for motorsport. He was doing IndyCar after Jimmy Johnson retired. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's back in NASCAR. I think he is, right, Brian? He was spotter for Noah Gragson. So 3 wide, just about, going through the tri-oval for the first time. It's not really a tri-oval, but D-shaped mile and a half here at Kansas. This track, Tyler Kim in the 138, getting a bit squarely right in turns 1 and 2, but he's able to keep it straight.
That he is.
Who won the first ever truck race held at Kansas Motor Speedway, or the first ever NASCAR sanctioned
BNR,
race held at?
I think it was me.
No, I was saying in real life, Brian.
Oh, it was Donald Trump.
Anyway, you should know this. They show it all the time to commemorate Rick Hendrick. It was his son, Ricky Hendrick.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, stuff you always try to ignore. I know, I'm just messing with you. Come on, we don't have to have like the center field camera to where we see all the light poles, right? You're gonna make me dizzy.
Of course we do.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I could go with.
Don't torture me like that. Oh my goodness, not the fucking. Oh my. Hey, it's me this time that did it, not you. Looky. I mean, heary. Anyway, it's okay. We're gonna pretend
So
it
Jeff
never happened.
Gilmore will took the lead from Zach Deutscher, and now Deutscher's looking to take advantage from Gilmore as he will wrap that bottom line there.
Heck of a battle early.
Go ahead.
My apologies.
No, you're
Yes.
fine.
I was just going to say, heck of a battle early on for all these spots up here in the top 7, even top 8, as Hunsaker trying to peek his nose in. But like you said, Deutscher trying to run away with the lead now. He's got himself up in the clean air. But a lot of these drivers really able to full throttle it, let it all hang out through these corners, no doubt about it, for about the first good 20 laps possibly of a fuel run. 28 to 33 laps, Brian, on a full tank of digital Sunoco racing fuel here at Kansas Motor Speedway. 28 to 33. You get 33.1 setting in your pit stall on a full filled tank. So Joe was one of the drivers that said roughly 28 to 33. So I believe Joe's a good guy. So
And Kansas is a very good track. I like Kansas.
There's so many options. There anywhere to run here. You can run all the way down to the paint if you want to, or all the way up against the white wall there. So pick and choose, so to speak, which way you want to go. But
North Carolina Swacker Red, I love it. Sorry, absolutely sorry. I know we shouldn't be talking about politics, but everybody has a different everything. He's going to lock in Georgia, and he's going to lock in North Carolina. I absolutely love it. She can have Pennsylvania.
I thought he won that earlier.
What?
Pencil.
No.
Okay.
Pennsylvania's polls closed at 8. Along with so all those are just the early ballots. Oh, a little 3-wide action here. Those are the ones that they do first, the early ballots. Those who voted early.
Indeed. So Rogich going into second position here, trying to pull this train of white trucks around Gilmore. Gilmore trying to hang strong in second place where he started. These guys always trying to slice and dice it up over in the SRU field, but here in the BNR field tonight, so always can't seem to get away from one another, like we saw last night with Brandon Moore and Jason Taylor, that tight-knit points battle for the final race and the championship battle over there. They just couldn't. Brandon Moore thought, man, I'm going to have a good finish tonight. Gets caught up in stuff, and then JT's like, hey, I'm ahead of him, and then he gets caught up. Just it looked like some real world stuff, Brian. We were really watching it unfold, I tell you. So, but
it's like it's kind of like we said, Martinsville can provide a very good race. Sometimes it can provide just all depends on the field and the patience level. So
same thing for Kansas. It may be in a mile and a half. It may be a lot bigger than Martinsville, but we've been here before in the past, and it's we've had just as many cautions here as we've had at Martinsville before. So it is truly a track by track, race by race thing. Case.
But also
there we go.
Sorry, I did not mean to cut you. You probably go get 4 sets of tires.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
4 to 5 tires. You might want to watch on how you drive and how long you're going to fight side by side. Because unfortunately we cannot say that these trucks drive off the right front. These trucks are not the Gen 7 style cars. to where the Gen 7 style drives off of that white front trim. So.
Yeah, here at Kansas, you really want the grip of your front tires, both front tires, and also that right rear to really bite down and eat to where you'll have that grip to kind of carry that weight transition and just be able to especially just grip that high side that you're seeing so many competitors do here. Now, Deutscher currently has a 2 1/4 lead over Rongich at the moment. Rongich now the second place man, just ahead Troy Daggett now. Jeff Gilmore falling down into 4th position. David Berry in 5th position. That is the top 5. Brandon Moore in 6th position. Philip Bridgman in 7th. Mike Slaughter is up 6 positions in 8th position. Matthew Hunsaker is in 9th position. And Ernest King is going to round out the top 10. Xavier in the 88 is up 4 positions, and Mark Berry is down 6 in 6 positions in 12th. Skyler is up 5 positions in 13th. And our fastest lap of the race so far, 15 laps into this race, will be from Hartman Motorsports with Ernest King. I guess it's Hartman now. Ernest King, and he's got a 30.695. Nice for the 69, you know. So Xavier, I mean, look at this battle. It's a hornet's nest for 10th. Xavier got in the wall, and he kept it there, so everybody had to do a little bit of some evasive maneuvering. So Xavier was holding a good, strong station, and he was trying to have a good, fierce fight, but unfortunately, you just kind of get arrow tight, arrow wash, and you will find you a wall. Unfortunately, you just run out of room eventually. That truck going to get tight, and up the track it goes. But hopefully no harm, no foul. He can, get right back to it, gain those spots back. But 9th, 10th, 11th positions here going strong. 10, 11, 12, and 13th. So about 10 laps away from maybe seeing our first round of pit stops. Yes, Brian, go ahead.
We see Wong on Zach Deutscher.
Yes, indeed, Deutscher has been closed down, and he's also got Daggett and tow, does Rongich, so yeah, they were really able to chase him down.
Boy, Justin Steve's off base, huh? Way back there. I wonder...
Here's Justin.
Justin, he's 27.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, he's 19 and a half seconds back off the race leader. Let's see, his last lap, 32.0 compared to the... He's only 2/10 off the race leader, Brian. I don't know if he could have got caught up in something that we just missed, aren't aware of, or what. But yeah, I agree with you. He is way off the pace. Not sure why, but hopefully he will be able to find the speed. This is a pretty. Isn't this the actual distance of a truck race? Distance, apparently, is what I was trying to say. Yes.
I see Kyle there. Hello, Kyle.
We're just going to start speaking Italian because of Antonio Bonini.
Antonio Bonini.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Kyle. So.
Kyle talking there too instead of being quiet. He's
yes.
Actually our race reporter here.
Yes, our go-to guy to tell him to hurry it up. I'm just kidding.
That's why we
that's
love
all
Kyle.
fine with me.
That's why we love Kyle.
What'd you say, Kyle?
Hey, use me however you need to on that. I can bounce back and forth between the admins. It helps make the show flow.
Oh, yes.
Anyway,
Well,
Will,
you see,
Kyle, I do believe we are going to be in the next several laps here. Starting to see some green flag pit stops unfold. The question is between the both of you, who is going to be the one that's going to have a early pit stop? Because you know some of these guys can stretch it like Brandon. We already know that. So
who do I think is going to pit early? Who do I think is going to pit early?
I'm not going to say it. He's up there in the top 10.
Philip? Well, he said he's up in the top 10. I'm
exactly
looking
who I was
beside.
talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking maybe Philip because he's currently in 8th position, and that's right where he has started.
Oh,
And he's 4.5 seconds off the pace. To be honest, I probably would pit at lap 26, 27 if I was him. You know, maybe get those fresh tires bolted on and maybe gain a little bit of ground. But we've seen in the long run over time with iRacing how if you just wait and just go the distance with the fuel mileage, it seems to truly pay off to have the longevity with the tires at the end of the day. So, and also fuel mileage. Because we've seen before at Kansas where, hey, if these boys have their shit together, if these boys have their stuff together, then I'm just R-rated tonight. If these boys are just got it going, at Kansas, it's going to be green flag to the end. It doesn't matter who they are. Kansas is one of those tracks where it's just easy to just keep it green. Like we talked about, it's so wide. The banking is very progressive. What is the banking without 16 degrees of banking, I believe, or without having to look it up, I want to say it's 16. It's very simple to get right, to say the least. I think it is the easiest mile and a half to race as long as the track conditions aren't too slippery. And it doesn't look like too many drivers are really struggling with being a slippery track this evening. It looks like anything about tightness, aero tight. We've seen a couple of drivers maybe have to check up, or I still don't know why Justin is way back yonder, but anyway, he was struggling in practice.
Track temp is only 74 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. So it looks like, if anything, yeah, exactly. So, and we still have some good battles back here for what is this position again? Once I find his name. Yes, sir. So all the way back from Ernest King, 12th, 13th, 14th. He's trying to keep Campbell, Xavier, Joe, and Josh. Even Michael. Michael will come into this picture frame. Where's he at?
Mike who?
Mike Allen.
Allen.
Oh, my bad. He's 2 seconds off that. My bad. Yes.
It's all right, Will.
Nevertheless.
You're good, buddy. Oh, we just took over.
So still nobody has pitted yet. 29 laps into this race, so Joe might have lied to me. Darn it, Joe, I thought I could trust you.
So do you think that somebody who's like 7 to 10th would benefit more by doing the early pit? See what you can do with the new tires?
I think they might be able to get as far up to maybe 3rd or 4th, but I think they might drop even faster once those people that are going to pit longer, the longevity come back to bite them. I feel like if they even try to undercut or short pit, extreme, undercut, I don't think it'll work for them. I mean, it could being at Kansas. We have seen the undercut work kind of in the past before, but if it stays green in the longevity of this race that we've see it may take place. pit stops are the great equalizer, and it also shows many mistakes that some drivers can have. So getting on and off pit road, we've seen drivers slip up and spin out here. So anything is quite possible in the coming laps. I do agree, Kyle, to either or.
Just like that, Troy Daggett is going to be the first driver to come down into the pits.
I think Troy might be able to benefit from maybe pitting. What was he running whenever he pitted? He was inside the top 7, right?
Yes.
He was like 3rd, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up there.
I want to say top 5. So just have to wait and see. I think where Troy comes out at right at the end of the cycle. To maybe answer to answer that short pit question, but from 7th on back, I mean Matt, depending, I think the gap has already grown to be too much of a deficit for anybody 7th on back to.
And Deutscher. So
Gilmore.
34 laps.
Oh, yes, indeed. Joe didn't really lie. We both just kind of guesstimated a little bit too prematurely. You're a crew chief, or you're anybody trying to, mathematic the fuel for these races. That's why Larry McReynolds went bald so fast.
Well, you see Eric Slaughter's in. You see, Phillip better slow down. Oof.
Now, did Skyler just lock it up, or did he get punted by Phil?
No, Skyler locked it up. Skyler was already
going sideways
when he was pitting. Phillip about lost her too, for sure.
Brandon Moore takes over the lead with Matthew Hunsaker, Mark Barry, and Pete Woodrum. J.D. O'Brien and Justin Steeves stay out so far. Never mind. Brandon Moore and Hunsaker and Barry, Mark Barry, brother Mark, have pitted. Pete Woodrum, J.D. and... Oh, never mind. J.D. Oh, never mind. Justin stays out.
Nope, Justin's pitting.
Okay, 10-4. I was going to say Justin's so far back yet. He hasn't. He's still got to get around. Anyway, he got to be like Mike Love. He's got to get around. Get around. Anywho, so that's your Beach Boys song tonight so far is "I Get Around" by the Beach Boys. So
sing it, Kyle. Oh, Ellie, that was close. Wrong, it's almost had a Clemens together with the 41 there of Highball.
There's a lot of white trucks tonight, Brian. I guess it's to match with the white walls here. So don't need none of that whitewash now, do we? Anyway, so hey, look, another white truck. That's Kevin. Oh my God!
Big wreck.
Big wreck indeed. That's the 15, and who's in the 15? We don't have a 15.
Yes, we do. That was Keir.
Oh, Alex Kerr.
There you go.
And yes, thank you. So Alex Kerr what happens here? Brandon Moore, this is his 3rd outlap, I believe, Brandon Moore. And Alex Kerr in the middle of the track, and then he starts to slowly come down and just right hooks the Wheaties mobile into next century. So he's definitely going to look into the AAA insurance and maybe go to the National Guard that is, Alex Kerr might need to go to the National Guard for protection from Mike Skinner, because he will definitely not be happy with that. Kyle, okay, so that could be Brandon Moore's actual outlap. And then I don't think Alex was coming down to pit because I'm pretty sure he had already made a pit stop, unless he was coming back in to serve a speeding penalty that he got on exit. I don't know. I don't know what to say there except what a horrible way to what a horrible way to bring out the first caution, I would say.
Yeah. You see Barry, Daggett, Rongich all back in the pits. Probably top off there on some fuel.
Now that green flag cycle of pit stops was not fully complete, Brian, so that's going to trap a few drivers, at least a couple of them, just a couple, one lap down at least.
Well, let's see if we can talk to, if you want to talk to Deutscher.
Sure.
If he's on. No, he's not.
Mike Slaughter. Let's ring up Mike if he's on. If not, we can always get the Hunsaker machine. He's in there. Or one of the brother Barrys.
Yeah, we'll have to do one of the berries. How about Dave? We'll go ahead and talk with Dave.
Hey, pole sitter man, how you doing?
All good. How you guys doing?
Wonderful tonight, just wonderful. So, pretty much a good 37 laps. You kind of got a full green flag cycle pit stop in, kind of. How's the truck handling and just being a bit conservative there to start off the race?
Yeah, being very conservative, not trying to burn up the right front. I believe on that run there, I was down in the 60s on my right front. So, yeah, just trying to conserve a little bit of tire and everything in case I needed it towards the end of a run or something.
What was it like getting the pole here tonight at Kansas?
Actually, it was surprising. I thought I had a decent run, but I wasn't expecting a 4.99 for sure. I thought maybe I could get into the fives. And once I seen all those fives pop up, I'm like, oh, man, that's going to be a tough one to get.
Yeah, because we had a couple of drivers tied for the exact same lap. Mark Berry and Zach Deutscher, I believe, tied for the same identical lap with thank you, sir. And so, yeah, there was a lot of fives out there. Everybody out there with the same number of cards, but you just so happened to hit blackjack. And so, just incredible lap. I do have to say, congratulations on the pole. Hopefully, you can just, like you said, keep playing conservative and just be there at the end there, Dave.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, hopefully I can just stay up front the rest of the night and see where it turns. You know, I went ahead and pitted and got me some added fuel, so maybe I can make my last stop a little shorter than everybody else's and use that strategy.
Well, best of luck to you with that strategy. Thanks for talking to us so far.
Thanks, guys.
No problem, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep.
Pole sitter man, brother Dave Barry there in the 56 Cal Golf car truck. I did it again. Anyway, so pace car's about to be back to the safety and confines of pit road, and Zach Deutscher bringing them down to the restart zone. So it kind of, that caution and cycle sequence kind of worked out for Zach because he gets back to the front where he kind of was when the sequence first started, and pretty much almost looks how it was, except for a couple of key players out of position, I do feel. Other than that, look at who is in third position, now just went into second, looking to the outside of Deutscher. That is Mike Slaughter, who has in recent weeks been slaughtering the BNR competition, Brian.
Yes, he has, Will. Mike is very and he's just very patient with his racecraft. Doesn't force any issues that need to be forced. So
Is there another TV camera that we could put it on for a little bit, gives us like a wider panorama angle, or no? I don't like the chopper, like the drone, or like the.
that's TV3. That's TV4.
I don't like TV4. That one can screw off.
That's TV2.
Yeah, okay. Let's try TV2 for a little bit. This is. Is that what you just had it on before I asked to?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I just like some change up every now and again. It's nice to, change it up, just cycle through, see what we got. Oh, man, Gilmore getting down to Wongich, almost right hooked him as Wongich was going down to the cornfields. Just
27.
so the puppet ain't got nothing. I mean, Kamala ain't got nothing. That's nice. That's wonderful. 3 wide and Barry. Yeah, I know. We gotta take that hat off. Anyway, so 3 wide going through turns 3 and 4 there. Mark. Oh, almost contact. I felt like between Wongich and brother Mark Barry, side by side for what position is handy dandy? Look at the phone. That is 3rd position. Gilmore and Troy Daggett. Gilmore don't know if he wants to be upstairs or downstairs. There's just battles all throughout this field. What is it, Googlebox?
Well, Troy's always been good here. We've seen it last season too as well. Consistent that he can be,
Yeah, season before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in late the season before last and won here, Homestead, and Talladega, right? And so knew from that point on, I just felt like he was going to be a threat for the last season. Of course, he is defending Truck Series champion in the BNR Truck Series. So. Look up again here at the biggest movers. Mike Slaughter plus 12, Skylar Sigston plus 11, Evan Amick plus 11, Kevin Roy plus 10. Oh my goodness. So typical David Pearson-esque night going along for Kevin Roy. I could only imagine he's going to say plus 20 at the end of the night, Brian, if he can stay out of all the wars. So.
We'll see. 50 laps.
Yeah, so we can do.
135 will still some good racing to go here a little bit.
New fastest lap. It's no longer Ernest King. It's Troy Daggett with a 30.591. So that is currently the Rocket Man around Kansas. See there, side-by-side battle. Skylar Sigston going around Phillip in the 2 truck downstairs. Such a good, fierce battle. You have Gilmore, Skylar Sigston, Phillip Bridgman, Dave Barry. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th positions there. Gap to race leader, from race leader to second place man, 0.6 of a second. Back to Mike Slaughter, 5 to 0.6 of a second. Might as well say a half a second back. Mark Barry has a comfortable lead, 0.9 of a second to Mike Slaughter, and then 0.7 of a second back to Rongich. But Rongich is closing in on Slaughter, it looks like. Excuse me, that's Mark Berry in third position. So
I would have laughed. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. ended up sneaking in there somewhere. I would have laughed. But I think he ended up linking up with Trump, endorsing Trump. So I like
yes,
Robert
yes,
F.
he
Kennedy.
did.
Very smart man. One of the best in the day.
Skyler dragging the wall down a little bit there in turn 3 and 4. You can't wall ride, Skyler. That's a no-no. Oh, Hunsaker and Bridgman coming together here on the front straightaway here out of turn number 4. We're going to need a replay, Brian. They are nose to nose. Wonder what transpired there. They were hard racing. Did Hunsaker try a slide job coming out of turn number 4, or did Philip sponge out of the wall? Getting the replay now. And Hunsaker, they both just have a coming together there. Hunsaker goes up, Phillip comes down ever so slightly, but still, nevertheless, they both make contact. There, they were hard. Oh, there's my voice again, Brian. Trying to share the... What?
Everybody loves it, Will. But yeah, that kind of, I'm about to get a far chase view here to actually see who did what happened where.
Yeah, but Hunsaker comes up off the bottom. Like I said, I think he's just trying to clear Phillip here, and then Phillip, like I said, ever so slightly, but I think he's expecting Hunsaker. Oh, there is a lot of net code. They still had a good, I'm not going to say a half a truck, but they still had at least 3 feet between those automobiles. At least you could put a small child between those automobiles. I almost said a small person.
Close enough.
Yes. So, very unfortunate. Those drivers are going to have to use a quick repair that they have at their disposal, but you never want to do that.
As we watch the race off pit road here. Oh boy, that was close. Zach Deutsch
yes, 3
to win the race off pit road. A nose length ahead of Mike Slaughter there, Will.
Let's get old Skyler up in the booth and talk to old SS here. Oh, I did it again. I need to stop doing that.
Mr. 60.
Hey, Skyler.
Hey, what's up?
Congratulations on the wedding. Hope you had a blast.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks you. I pretty appreciate
Hawaii
it.
looked nice. You should have brought me with you.
Hey, man. It was paradise.
I bet
yes.
It looked beautiful. It did. But I'm glad you had a good
I've always wanted to go to Hawaii.
Will's going to talk to you.
So, Skyler, being involved with a bit of you just got it crossed up there on the green cycle of pit stops, but fighting your way back. Tell us about just making that mistake coming onto pit road, being a bit, maybe too much rear brake, or what happened there?
Yeah, no, I just I saw that I was going in a little too hot, and I got on my brakes a little too much, and it locked up the back brakes, and fortunately, I was actually able to keep it off the wall and keep it clean. So I'm still here. I'm still fighting.
Yeah, you are. You've been up there rim riding. You've been everywhere, every lane on this track, using it up. Talk about using that to your advantage, finding the lane that suits you at the current time.
Yeah, no, it's all about feel at this point. Right at this moment, it depends on the tire temperatures and how you're racing. So if you're racing high for a little bit, you got to cool it down and go low. You just got to really feel it out on this track. That progressive banking is definitely a help, but definitely a feel it out type track.
Yes, sir. Well, Skyler, best of luck to you on your drive back recovery from your getting on pits too hot mistake. So hopefully you can get at least a top 5 out of it tonight. Maybe a win. You never know.
Hey, hopefully. We'll see.
Yes, sir. Thanks for talking to us, bud. Good luck. How many miles is this race? 200?
202 miles.
Oh, okay, 200. Thank you.
202.
I named your truck race for you.
Yeah, the only thing missing is the choir group.
I still can't get over that. You need to see who is, if they have a patent and everything and whatnot, and you need to get that trademark so you don't get sued and everything. Okay, hey, Kyle, after they go back green, and so Kyle, I got a story to tell you in just a second. Yeah, everybody will love it too. So restart here, rolling to the restart zone. Mike Slaughter on the outside and Zachary Deutscher to the inside. I need to stop calling him that. Sorry, Zach. Anyway, it just rolls off the tongue so much better. So Gilmore, man, he had a great start and changing lanes after the start-finish line, so that's good. Hopefully no trouble there. Exactly. Like I said, it's okay afterwards. He's just trying to get down to the bottom, and he had a window of opportunity. Ayrton Senna moved there. Always go for a gap if you know. Oh, who is way back there? One of the white trucks. Oh, okay. Thank you. Anyway, so a couple of days ago, I was going down the interstate. I had just got on the interstate a couple of days ago, and there was a looked like a Greyhound bus broke down on the side of the road. I thought it was just a regular Greyhound. It was a tourist bus or something. Well, I get to it. On the side of the bus, it said BNR Choir. I busted out laughing because I just thought, man, BNR Choir, BNR, Racing League, BNR, broadcast, network, or BNR Racing Network, and I'm just like, man, oh man, this is hilarious. They also had the same color font, or the same color that Brian has in his logo. So I just couldn't help but laugh at it. I'm like, man, that is something else. As this battle for the lead has started cooking, you have the Zach and Zach show going at it while Sergeant Slaughter is just watching them just, burn their tires to bits here on this restart. That's what it is. So now you have Jeff Gilmore back up here. He's our outside pole sitter for 2 weeks in a row. Our front row starter 2 weeks in a row because he won the pole last week, if we can remember that far back, really. So 4-truck breakaway currently. Then you have about a 0.5 of a second gap back to, once I bring my page back and find his name. Oh, never mind. That is brother Mark Berry. Don't need to find his name. We know his name. So Troy Daggett, 6 positions. Skylar Sigston, plus 11 positions. Mike Slaughter, plus 11 positions. Evan Amick in 14th position, plus 10 positions. Justin Steves has found some speed. Yeah, he is up 10 positions in 16th position. How many more times can I say the word position? Joshua Highball is down 13 positions, but he is currently a few laps down, so it's okay. I believe Joshua was one of those trucks caught out during the pit stops, Brian, and just unfortunate to circumstances at that point, right? Because we just have a few trucks that probably should still be on the lead lap, but that's neither here nor there at that point. Yeah, so, or at this point. Closing in on 70 laps complete, 66 at the stripe, and new fastest lap being driven at the moment by Zach Rongich, our first place man, with a 30.550. He has the magic touch at the moment, but like I said, it's kind of the Zach and Zach show, because Zach Deutscher has got him behind, and they are slowly trying to pull away from Sergeant Slaughter and Captain Canada, Jeff Gilmore. Similar to Captain Planet, but not as strong. Coming up on Tyler Kim in the 138 machine. Lap 69, we can, after the leaders goodbye,
They're on 70.
we can, whatever, 69 laps complete, working lap 70. You always got to be a party pooper, Brian. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Thank you for the correction. So, still Forest truck breakaway while Mark Berry, oh no, that's Troy Daggett now. Mark Berry has, where'd he go? Mark Berry has fallen all the way down to 7th position. I know that sounds not too far, but he was in 5th, right behind Jeff Gilmore, holding on to those coattails, but he unluckily was not able to hold on too much longer to that because, like I said, he got passed up and currently riding a couple of seconds. How many? Where's he? Where'd he go? Where's Mark?
Right there.
So he's not too far off. My apologies. I keep wanting to just throw people under the bus every time I get a chance, but once I see him no longer in the picture frame, I'm like, oh, he's out. So, I'm like the umpire for the which game of the World Series was it? What was it? Game 4, Game 3? Yeah, the second one. His strike zone was stupid to say the least. Anyway, it's like, does he even? Wow, I will light you on fire.
Very good band.
Hey, man. Yep. Hey, I'm just happy to see a matchup that, you got to pretty much wait a lifetime for to see nowadays. The two powerhouse teams going at it. They used to go at it all the time. It seemed like, you didn't have to wait 43 years to see it happen. So now I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be a back-to-back World Series in back-to-back years for the Yankees and the Dodgers, Brian. I'm just saying, Yankees just maybe have to make a couple of lineup moves and, whoopee-doo with Juan Soto, whatever. But, if they can kind of get this person or, do some decent, reasonable trades, I think if they keep Jazz Chisholm and keep a couple of other players, it should be okay. They should be all right. They should make it back to the World Series as, and then it'll be all right. As long as it's not the Orioles and the Astros, that's just my fan hat on. As long as as long as it's a good World Series, that's all that matters, in my opinion. You can't really advertise something, though, in my opinion, to be like, oh, it's a slugfest, it's going to go to all 7 games, and then it turns out to just be, oh, am I watching backyard baseball?
Yep. Anyway, if you want, we can step away, do a little segment here.
Now look at Hunsaker trying to have a drive back as well. Look at this fierce battle going on. Almost 4 wide. Josh taking him down to the cornfields just about. I don't know why I keep calling. We're not racing in Iowa. But, yeah, man. Up to you. We could do our Crank It Up segment here and get a few ride-on boards as well with the lead lappers.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, I know I'm prematurely back, but I'm sorry. I finally got to see Evan Amick's paint scheme tonight, and I think Kyle might agree with me. Even you might, Brian, if you go back and look at Evan Amick's truck and see what paint scheme, or just see what the hood of the truck is again. He wins paint scheme of the award, paint scheme of the race tonight award, because that is my favorite. Well, it's in my top 5 kind of like favorite movies. Especially, it's my favorite horror movie of all time, Maximum Overdrive. Man, like this is my favorite.
Y'all two tonight. Y'all are out of control.
Thank goodness we got assistant producer Kyle.
Yes, that's also my father's favorite movie.
Oh man, hey, it's like it. Literally, it and Maximum Overdrive are my 2 favorite horror movies. So like, and they're both Stephen King movies. But man, like Maximum Overdrive is my favorite. One of my favorite movies that's not Star Wars related or Transformers related, only because trucks coming to life. And a little bit backstory that no one cares about me. I wanted to be a truck driver whenever I was a child. It's kind of in my genes. My great uncles were truck drivers. I haven't got my CDLs yet. Anyway, I've been that dream went to the wayside years ago. Anyway, it was kind of like me wanting to be a baseball pitcher or like a quarterback or a tight end or a defensive tackle or just keep naming all positions in sports. Anyway, but yeah, we should be closing in on a second round of golf. I mean, let me see, green flag cycle pit stops. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So yes, Kyle, I am a trip. So yeah, man, paint scheme of the race goes to Evan Amick. Hey, Evan, show up more often, and you will win basically no prizes, but you will win a lot of comments that are courteous from me. What am I trying to say, Kyle? A lot of nice talk. You'll get a lot of TV time if you show up at the right paint scheme. I will talk about you for no reason. Got it good. I like Justin's paint scheme too, because that's an old William Byron woulda, shoulda, coulda won the championship in that paint scheme in the Truck Series if only his Elmore crate engine wouldn't have suspiciously blown up while dominating the Phoenix race. Anyway. Sorry, I'm terrible. Oh, pit stops are happening. So many people pitting. I hate crate engines, if you couldn't already tell. Anyway, so spec crate engines, they should not. You got to build your own engines. Get an engine builder that isn't NASCAR related. Anyway, that's why I'm never going to get a job, working for NASCAR, because I'm not kind. I say I let it all hang out, man. I'm an unfiltered. I would be better being a journalist, asking those hard-hitting questions. Like I would be one of those dumb journalist guys that love to answer those or ask those nonsensical. Why would you even ask that question? Anyway, I could see myself being one of those people. I could picture myself being Bob Cockris, just taking a Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse punch out of nowhere. I would love it. That would be great. That would be all my dreams come true. Kyle Busch's hand on my body.
Pretty
I'm
much
shaking
like
his hand.
The thing for you that would have been perfect is if you would have been around and doing that with Tony Stewart. You would have had time of your life.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would have. Oh man, Tony Stewart. Oh dude. Me and Tony, I feel like would be great friends if I could ever meet Tony. Oh, Joe got loose! Joe's loose! Wow, what a save! He started breaking loose in the center of the corner, and I thought he was going to go into the RV lot, into the driver's lot, or something in the back straightaway, but man, he saved it. What a slide he had. So, we're calm. Everything's calm. But yeah, man, I would love to get, so, there's no telling how many people do it, but I sent messages, like emails out whenever I was younger. Like they were lettered messages, but they were one to Kenny Wallace and one to Dylan Hart Jr. asking, hey, I was 14, 15 years old before I ever broke my left wrist years ago. I said, hey, can I come work for you in your race shop? And Kenny Wallace actually replied to me. He said, hey, just stay in school. I did not. I dropped out. But anyway, I just wanted to be involved in racing, motorsports. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And I've just never been able to get in the doorway, right? Like jump into the hurdle or into that room. It's always been evading me, I guess you could say. And this is the closest thing I get to it. So here recently, I sent Dale Jr. a message. I'm like, hey, I know you ain't going to read this. This ain't even your controlled account. It's just some, whatever. I'm like, hey, could you listen to our broadcast or, like, whatever, Hey, I did it. Like I told Brian earlier, we were messaging, talking before the race. I'm like, got to shoot your shot, right? Like, if you don't try, you can't say you don't, put the effort in. I even said in the message, I'm like, I know other people probably message you about the same thing or have other ideas or whatever. Like, Yep, I'm a crazy guy. Oh well. At least I'm honest about it.
You're honest crazy.
Yeah. I'm up frank and up and very forward about it.
At least you're not a closet.
Right, exactly. Mike Slaughter. I almost said Slater again. So it's definitely not Slater. I don't need Mike's son coming at me with the pronunciation in the chat again. I'm just kidding. Come at me. We'll have a good time. Ain't that right, Brian? Close battling between Zach and Zach. Brian don't know what to think. We got Kyle up in here. He talking more. We're not used to having a third person.
Hey, it's a party now.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I used to remember the whole thing. Man, Three's Company was my favorite show. Now I can't even remember. Man, that hurts. That hurts. John Ritter is like my favorite. Like if I had to between John Ritter and Alan Alda, like if I had to sit down and talk about who my favorite, if I had to watch a 30-minute, like a 30-minute TV show, I'd be like, give me either MASH or Three's Company.
We are ever so slightly coming up on 25 laps to go here tonight.
In this battle for the lead, ever so slightly just keeps cooking. But we have guesstimated, it's definitely guesstimated. I'm not going to say it's estimated by that's a long shot because I think they're going to be needing to save, but like I said, looking at math and everything, as we know how well that can be done. Let me go back to 94. Yeah, we need one more pit stop to make it home. And do you know what? There's somebody that I'm looking at down the totem pole that pitted lap 78. And that is Pete Woodrum. That's some bold strategy there, Cotton. Stop falling to sleep, hand. I would love the feeling back in you. Well, I mean, what feeling I do have. Philip and Kevin Roy side by side at... What happened to Brandon Moore besides not being able to drive back from his altercation with Death? He's just been stuck back here and ain't been able to recover in the dirty air in 14th position. Sucks for Mike Skinner at the moment. He on the verge of being, he is in the danger zone. Him and Philip, Evan. You know, I bet you Philip even loves that. You know, that's another one of Philip's movies too, because of AC/DC doing the soundtrack to it. He big AC/DC nerd, so man, I bet you he's like, man, I would that would be the only paint scheme I run would be that Maximum Overdrive truck on iRacing in the Truck Series. That would be it. That's my paint scheme. I gotta be friends or like figure out where, or just type in Maximum Overdrive truck, I guess, in trading paint. Sorry, I had to do my speed buggy restart there. 3 wide. I was trying to beat you to it. I'm sorry. If no one knows what speed buggy is, you're not old enough, and I shouldn't be old enough. None of us should be old enough to know what. Yeah, who was? Oh, that was the race leader, almost dragging the wall down. So, but man, he's seeing all this going on in front of him. I don't think neither one of the Zacks wants to. Oh no! Trouble right in front of the race leaders.
It's a very, very difficult official this week. So make sure we're minding our P's and Q's.
Yes, Chad, I do have to agree. It's a very, very tough situation this week, indeed, for Mike Skinner, as Skylar Sixton just runs him over. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, that's kind of what happens. I'm going to say that maybe Brandon is letting it roll a little bit for Bridgman in front of him. There we go. I got it out finally. And maybe Skylar, maybe Brandon is out of the throttle more than Skylar anticipated. And Kevin Roy. Kevin, that is Kevin, right? Kevin.
Yep.
Kevin Roy also involved here. Unfortunate. And that's going to probably do it for Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore is probably going to, I would assume, maybe, I don't know, but one would only think after being involved in a spectacular crash earlier. Oh, he's still out there. Wow. As everybody and their uncle coming down pit road. And what lap is this, Brian? Oh, so we should be, yes, indeed. We should be good to go now on fuel. No one should have to worry about, anybody coming back from the store with milk. They should have enough to make it home. Ain't that right, Kyle? So.
Yes, sir. Sorry, it had a bit of a delay on my end.
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to people having a delay with me on Discord. I just wait for the response. It's okay. I'm not used to it. At first, I was not used to there being a delay, and then I'm like, there is a delay. No, I did not just do that. It's okay though. We're gonna overlook that. It's been a We're just, like I said, it's an unrated broadcast. Apparently, we're doing our best Mooncar impersonation, Brian. I told you one day we were going to do it. Apparently, today is the day. Since we don't broadcast anymore on Saturdays on my birthday, I was just going to let it all hang out that day. But so I guess today's the day. So my apologies again for just my foul behavior today. I've been trying to really do better. Normally it's Brian having to put that invisible Monopoly money in the in the curse jar. Snake, shake, sweat. What? We're going to try it later. I've always had problems with my S's. I've worked on it for years. I actually, like I said, I can pronounce shake and snake and snooker, sucker. Anyway, sorry. I start sounding Canadian after a while, eh? So I've hung around too many of them in my life, and I'm not even nowhere near the border. That's what the privilege of the interwebs happens. I knew about 20 Canadians before I ever met Phil, Brian. Believe that or not. I was in this quickscoping clan in Call of Duty, and this guy had like unbelievable amount of cousins, and I met every single one of them and his brother. I'm like, you're all Canadian, eh? Newfoundland, eh? That's in Canada, eh?
Yep.
Anywho, getting lined up, and we are ready to rock and roll again. We've had really sprinkled cautions. Drizzled rain pretty much has struck the course, and drivers have just, it's almost as if the Satan has took over and steered their truck for them, whether it be Uncle Netcode has reared its ugly head, or like I said, just Satan has just, like I said, just overdrove into these corners and just plowed over his victims. To say the least. Lights are out on the pace car there. Welcome to the Go Vote 200. The BNR Go Vote 200. I told you, Brian, I changed the name of your race. So. Rongich and Deutscher. And you have Brandon Moore trying not to beat the pace car into pit road to make more repairs to his automobile. Green flag is out. Here we go, rolling into turn one again. Nobody attempting the apron at this moment in time. It's not it's not at that go point on the restart. If we still have to get one, we have 15 laps to go. Before I think we see anyone, if it's a green white checkered scenario. Oh my goodness, that is Ernest King trying to find a parking lot up there. Deutscher looking downstairs now on Rongich. Understairs. I wonder what that is, Kyle. I've never heard of understairs. I've heard of underwear. I've heard of I've heard of everything but understairs. Oh my goodness, here we go. So,
I mean, Harry Potter lived under the stairs.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I was not allowed to watch Harry Potter as a child. I wouldn't know. But I was allowed to watch Star Wars. Go figure. I don't know. So, one's okay, the other one's not. Never understood it. Very hypocritical. But I was okay to watch Narnia. What? But, yeah, still, go figure. So, I prefer Dirty Harry. I'm just kidding. So, I do. Yeah, exactly. Did I fire all 6 or do I still have 1? Did I fire 5? Anyway. 5 truck breakaway, if I counted them right. Let's go back to kindergarten, if not. Yes, sir, that is correctamundo. That is 5. Fantastico, that's also Spanish. Look at that. Zach and Zach. It's like bulls on parade. Except there's not a guy named Will Roberts in here. Get with it now!
Yep.
Oh, and blinking. And
Thanks for bringing me back to Guitar Hero days, boys.
You're welcome. We also can do Fogheart.
No, we can't.
No, okay. No. You don't want to do the long version of Slow Ride.
Take it easy.
Oh man. Anyway, I feel like that's very overplayed on the radio frequencies. Slide job after crossover after slide job being done. My apologies for hacking in the ear. Sorry. It happens. So, smoker's cough. You be the chooser of which haven't smoked a cigarette in years. So, anyway, at least a pack of cigarettes. So, man, oh man. This is just a tight-knit cluster of just hard-nosed racing. Look at Troy Daggett making some hay on that bottom lane conveyor belt. He's the only thing down there at the moment on the corners. Up here in the top 5, that is. As I say that, there goes Mike. You have 10 laps to go at the stripe, Brian, or 8. I just forgot what 9 was. 9? Anywho, I wasn't going to go any further with that running gag there, so the dead man just might be right. Come on, Brian, get a laugh out of that. I was waiting for a laugh. Anyway, so here comes Deutscher.
Sorry, I was
zoning me out. It's okay. A lot of people do. No? Okay. Oh, okay. It's probably telling me to shut up or something, aren't they?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Zach and Zach's neck to neck. But look who's closing in on this battle here. That 99.
If you say Troy Daggett, never.
Daggett.
Thank you, Morris. Indeed, he is closing in ever so slightly, but he's got Jeff Gilmore, the outside pole sitter, to contend with. Let's see if he can beat him off with a stick. Anyway, yep. Every time I think I said something foul or wrong, it hits me as soon as I say it. I'm like, oh man, oh what happened? Hello.
Something happened to Gilmore.
Did it blink out on him?
I think so.
There's a view of the road ball.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Gilmore. He was riding up inside the top 5, third-ish position, but now, man, that's a heartbreaker. I know how it used to be for me every time I lagged out, and I was always running well, and I just thought, man, that was 90 minutes of my... Now that was... Anyway. When Buttafuoco door checked me at Kentucky, the same race where you tried to wreck him and keep him out of my way so I could go on to win that RSR race at Kentucky? Yes, I remember. I qualified outside pole. Well, yeah, you keep having the PTSD from Las Vegas, mine is Kentucky, so, anywho, so.
See, Kyle, Will likes to bust my chops. You see this?
Well, I could bring up Atlanta, but I keep my mouth shut about Atlanta. You tried to kill me. You tried to kill me coming with the white flag lap at Atlanta. We were side by side coming off of turn 4, and you're like, door check.
Whoa, hey, come on now.
He was just making sure it was there.
Yeah, that's what he said after the race.
Wow.
He's just checking on you, you know?
Well, 4 laps remaining. If I got that right.
B5.
Oh, okay, see. Oh, well. Does Deutscher have anything left for Rongich? Or can Rongich hold off Deutscher, Slaughter, Daggett, Barry, Bridgman, Allen, Small, Brother Mark Barry, Ernie, Joe, Cece, Amick, and Justin?
No.
Looks like so far Elvis has not left the building yet. He's still here.
162 to 81. 4 laps to go.
Rongich blinked again. Hopefully he doesn't have a, Gilmore blink. Oh, okay, my apologies. I thought it was Rongich that time. Checking in on the Cookie Monster machine back there. He's having a... Never mind, he's the first truck 1 lap down. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, at least he's going to finish the race. Looks like, he can, scavenge up, the points and everything. And it's, it's a tough night for Brandon. He was, he had a good truck. He had a real good piece. It's just unfortunate that he got Yep. Well, that too, but I was just going to say it's very unfortunate that he got really pulverized tonight. White flag?
This time by.
Interesting. So Rongich with this half a second lead over Deutscher. The Monster Mile next week. Concrete ever since Anyway, Concrete Monster Mile, I kind of had a brain fart and I couldn't remember what year. Anyway, my apologies. Rongich takes the victory here tonight. Zach and Zach show 1-2, and then Mike Sergeant Slaughter will be third. That'll do it for the podium here tonight. Max Verstappen nowhere to be seen. Troy Daggett 4th, Dave Berry 5th, Philip Bridgman 6th, Josh Small is in 7th position. Good stand-up top 10 for Josh, up 10 positions tonight. Michael Allen in 8th, good top 10 performance for him as well. Mark Berry 9th, Ernest King 10th, Joe Stipe 11th, Christopher Campbell 12th, and Evan Amick 13th. Justin Steves 14th, JD O'Brien 15th, Pete Woodrum 16th, Kevin Roy, Joshua Highball, Tyler Kim, Anthony Lane, Jeff Gilmore, Skylar Sixton, Brandon Moore, Matthew Hunsaker, Xavier, Paul, and Alex.
Good race overall, I must say.
Three, four, three cautions, right?
3.
Yeah, that's what I said.
3.
Right. Anyway, wonderful race. Great Kansas race. Lots of action. So wonderful, wonderful time tonight.
Well, I guess we'll talk to Mike.
Sergeant Slaughter got a copy.
Damn 4, buddy. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you tonight?
Good, good. Got a good finish. I'm happy.
Yes, sir. Good points night. You know, like you said,
Yeah.
podium finish. I thought you might have had something for the Zach and Zach combo lunch tonight, but you didn't. Tell us about your run and just overall your race, what you might have been struggling with.
Well, I think everybody was pretty much struggling with getting tight on the long run. You use your tires up just a little bit too much, and it it starts to push, especially on the exit of turn 2. So you can gain. If you can save a little bit of tire them first 15 laps, you can start gaining a tenth or 2 tenths on people the backside of the run. So worked out for me. Uh, I thought it was going to be a pretty green flag race there, and then we had a couple cautions that mixed things up. So then I kind of went into just playing the track position game and not getting myself back in traffic and trying to stay in the top 5. So worked out.
Yes, sir.
Next week, I'm still here, Brian. Next week we go to Dover, Delaware. The famous Monster Mile. Once was asphalt, now it's concrete. Been concrete over 30 years. What's the expectations going into that concrete plated track?
Well, it's going to be tough, just to race around people. That's one of those tracks. It's not like this place where it's, as long as everybody's on their P's and Q's here, you can go 2 wide fairly easy and not have problems. Whereas there, it just takes the littlest mistake, especially if you're the guy on the bottom, the way the exit of the corner kind of kinks towards the end of them, makes them difficult to get up off the corner. And obviously the big elevation changes coming off the corner. So I think it's going to be okay. We'll see if everybody gives each other enough room and doesn't race each other too hard at the beginning of runs, and we don't get stacked up. And we'll see. We also got to see what the setup brings. With fixed setup, it's you don't exactly know. You can test it obviously before the race, but you might get looser on a long run, or it might be like tonight, and you might be fighting the tight conditions. So either way, you just got to be prepared for it. Save tires as always. Try and get another good finish. Talk to you guys again.
Yes, sir. We always have so many guys that are just wanting to talk to us at the end of these races.
That's
You're
right.
one of them.
You guys
Mike,
are popular, man. Come on now.
I
Let's
know
try.
it. Indeed. So, final thoughts, shout outs, anything else you'd like to add, Mike?
Yeah, just shout out to my wife and my kids, my biggest fans, and all my teammates over at Southern E Motorsports. You guys for all you do over at BNR and the broadcasting and everything. So appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No problem, buddy.
All right.
Have a wonderful night.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
You too, Brian.
Next up, Zach Deutscher here this evening in the 38 machine, getting second place. Zach and Zach show here this evening. Zach, tell us about it.
That's typical Kansas. Good race all in all. Really don't got any complaints. Well-deserved win by Zach. I just couldn't keep up with him there at the end, unfortunately. That clean air is way too important.
Yes, indeed. So important here. Any mile and a half, really getting that clean air, and you can really control how close that follow truck can really get to you. More so, at times, like you said, if you can just be a tenth or so, just ever so slightly faster than the person following you, you can just kind of dictate or control them. What else? When uh, were the leader, or just these long green flag runs that we had tonight with the sprinkled in cautions that we did have. What were you fighting or maybe struggling with, or how was that truck feeling for you tonight?
For the most part, actually, really center off wasn't entry and exit weren't bad, but for me, after I wore my tires a little bit, center was the worst. Other than that, honestly, my truck, I felt like it was on rails for the most part tonight.
Indeed, and that's pretty much what it looked like for about. There was about 4 to 6 of you guys at different points throughout the race, where you guys were just the straightest trucks coming off the corners at times, and like you said, really, really nailing the entries and exits at different points of the race. But like you said, at the end, just unfortunately, just didn't have that longest pace. But next week, the Monster Mile, the Dover Downs, Delaware track, used to be horse track, used to be asphalt, but now, as we know, it is concrete, and it can spit you up, chew them out. So, what do you expect every time you go to Dover, Zach?
Like most short tracks, depending on people show up, it's gonna have cautions. It's a short track, so there's not a lot of room, and as the race goes on, people are gonna become less and less patient. So I starting up front and just surviving, I think, is gonna be the biggest thing for next week at Dover.
Yes, sir. Always just survive and just be cautious. I feel like on the restarts, want to kind of just get through, the first couple of corners every time, right? Especially if you do have a couple of more restarts than you would like. And I always tried to be, cautious or extra courteous as well on the restarts, especially if I wasn't the race leader, right? Because race leader, you can just up and away most of the time. The entire slippage, I feel like, is very easy to do at Dover. You're on that banking concrete. It's very easy. Final thoughts, shout outs, anything else you'd like to add there, Zach?
Shout out to you guys as always. I can't say enough while listening to you guys while racing. STR Motorsports and RKR. Really good night for us. Philip, I think, got 6. So, very, very good day for both teams. All my sponsors, friends, and again to Zach for a lot of fun racing with him. Like always, it's just a lot of fun, and a very well deserved win. I could say he deserved that 100%. So off to Dover.
Off to Dover. Congratulations on the podium, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week, Zach.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too.
You too. Gonna have to get you a vitamin water, Brian.
Vitamin water.
Yeah, we said me too at the same time. It's like, come on, now touch, maybe. All right, Zachary Rongich, yes, indeed, with the win here tonight, holding off the other Zach and company.
Another
just tell us
Minnesota native.
Yes, sir.
You mean Wisconsin?
No.
From Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Slaughter's from Minnesota.
I am so confused now. Anyway, we're not talking about where you live right now.
Go ahead.
Anyway, like I said, we're talking about the race winner tonight, Brian. We're not talking about his address. So, he wouldn't want any, whatever. He don't want any stalkers, or does he? Anywho.
Oh, pops up on stream anyway. Where he's at.
Well, good for him. Anyway, my goodness, Brian. So, yeah, Rongich, how'd you do it tonight, bud? I mean, you had a good piece, but it almost looked like from the get-go it might have been a bit. Oh, nice. Might have been a bit of a struggle, to say the least. Almost thought it was going to be a couple of different other people's race, to say the least. How'd you do it, Rongich?
Whose other races you talking about?
Well, maybe Brother Dave Barry, maybe Brandon Moore before he got killed. Death became him, as the NPCs would say in GTA and Red Dead.
We're just back there trying to save as much tire as possible with as little off auto time as there was.
Yeah.
Because the first run there, Zach got out to about 1.5 seconds, and then just he got back to his bumper before the first caution or whatever it was, first pit stop. And then from there, I mean, hell, I don't know, just fucking trying to create runs, trying to protect certain lines, not letting the car push center. And that's really about it. You just gotta you have to turn the car with a throttle. Setups, whatever, but you
What?
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I was just going to ask: were you able to run the whole run, each run, full throttle? Were you having to patty cake it towards the end? We did ride on board with you a few times. It's just how long could you push it each stint before you started to have to work that throttle, or maybe, like you said, there were some guys that were just being too conservative behind you.
Well, no, honestly, I think I was the one being a little too conservative, especially when I was in the
Oh,
lead
okay.
there, because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really floor it until the last stint there.
Floor it?
I was flooring it for a little bit, but maybe 5 laps, and then
You said floor it?
floor it to the
Floor
middle.
it. SpongeBob
And
episode. You didn't watch SpongeBob a lot, did you, Rongich? I'm just messing with you.
Okay, Ron,
Floor
get
it.
him.
And
Get him.
anyway,
I'll let you do it one time.
so you really like driving the Elvis paint scheme. I like that on the trucks. Like that.
Do you know what it's from?
What? Yeah, it's from Richmond, Dell Jr. COT car. My aunt had the diecast of that
Yes,
car.
so did we. It was my favorite diecast. My dad had a whole basement was Earnhardt. Had a checkerboard wall and everything. And he bought that diecast when they did that, and it was just a pretty paint scheme. But yeah,
I like seeing either cup car paint scheme, like cup or bush paint schemes on a truck, and vice versa, truck paint schemes on the cup car, and like to see what they would look like. And man, it looks pretty cool, I feel like. And like Brandon Moore's Wheaties car, that are the Dell Earnhardt Wheaties car that he yeah, thank you. So Dover, Delaware, Dover Downs next week, the mile, concrete monster mile. What's the challenges that you're going to have to face on those 24 degrees of banking, I believe it is?
yeah, the other car's on track. That's about it.
Yeah, those damn lap cars.
No, just all of them. Those guys are fast.
Oh yeah, all of them.
I felt like I had them on my ass. I was trying to go, and I was also trying to save a little tire in the lead there.
Yes, this is the R-rated BNR Truck Race.
Yep. And
okay.
I was
Let him
letting them get. All right, hell. No, I was lifting, letting them. I wasn't trying to let them get to me. I was just trying not to get too tight in the center, and Zach kept getting runs on me, and so I had to pick it up a little.
Yeah, you had to beat him off with a stick.
Yeah, so. But
not
Dover,
whale him,
yeah,
but beat him.
that's right.
Dover,
yeah,
beat him up.
Kind of the same thing. Don't push center. Drive straight off exit, and be the fastest one there. Usually that works out.
How much will you be afraid of tire slippage on the restarts if we do have any restarts? Me and Brian called a caution-free race from Dover once or twice, so I mean it is possible.
Well, I've never been a part of one, but yeah, I mean.
Well, we did, Brian. How long ago was it? Anyway,
a couple months ago.
It doesn't matter.
Well, then why?
Wrong. Go ahead.
I think I might have wrecked there on restart one time.
It's very easy.
Yeah,
we saw some wheel slippage last night. You ought to join the AMS Cup Series on Monday night. I need to stop. I need to stop being a spokesperson for Avery. Anyway, I'm just kidding. If you hear me out there, Avery, love you, man. Good guy. But you should join the AMS Cup Series.
I race too damn much.
No, you don't race enough. You're like Brandon Moore, but like just what?
I race 3 nights a week. I don't do no.
Yeah, that.
No nothing.
Do you know how many nights I used to race a week?
Yeah, but I have a child.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, yeah, you have
you're a
valid.
father. You gotta
Okay,
attend to the kids.
okay, okay. All right, good point. Brandon, what's your anyway? Final thoughts, shout outs, anything else from race winners here tonight, Rongich?
Yeah, shout out to you guys, Hybrid Motorsports. Ernie got himself going there pretty good. I don't know where he finished, but I was giving him a couple tips, and he seems to be thinking it worked out. And then shout out to the old lady for letting me doing this, and she don't say anything about it. So that's good. And what else? Let's see. Shout out. Nah, that's all I got.
Well, best of luck to you next week, Rongich, and maybe we'll be talking to you next week as well if you stay out the wars.
Oh, yep. We'll talk to you.
Dover's gonna be rough.
All right.
All right, buddy. Awesome job on the win, sir. Congratulations. On to Dover you go. And like Will said, hopefully we'll be seeing you up there, which I know we will. So no and ifs or buts about that. It's about keeping that truck clean and trying to finesse around all the clowns. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, buddy. You have yourself a wonderful night. And if you're racing tomorrow, I do believe me and Will see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, buddy. Have a
No,
good
no,
one.
no, no. All right, well, that'll do it for us here tonight from Kansas Motor Speedway, just outside of Topeka, here at Kansas. So, everybody, thank you for coming out, tuning in, being a part of the broadcast just by viewing and saying hello. I mean, you probably waved at us. We can't see you, but anyway, that makes us feel even better. So, thank you to all the drivers coming out, tuning apart, being a part of the race. Without them, we wouldn't have a race or show to put on for you guys at home. And until tomorrow, same bat channel, different bat time, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, we will be coming to you with SRU Xfinity action. So, until then, we hope you all have a